I wanted to talk to you for a minute. Lately, it's been hard to juggle work and house chores, and I'm just feeling a little worn out.
Then maybe you should take a break. Trying to manage both a job and housework might just be too much. I think you'd have a much easier time if you focused on keeping the house running.
Of course, I think housework is important, but for me, working has its own meaning. Having a job gives me some emotional breathing room.
But don't you feel unsettled when the house is messy? I get that work keeps you busy, but if the house isn't taken care of, eventually, it's the family life that starts falling apart. Isn't having a well-kept home what Ezra values most too?
Maybe that's true, but for me, having a job is what gives my life a sense of purpose. Of course, I do the housework as much as I can, and I try not to overdo it.
Still, when you come home exhausted from work and the house is a mess, it's not relaxing, is it? Like I always say, it's a woman's role to keep the household together. If you tried being a stay-at-home wife just once, you'd understand.
Maybe you feel that way because you were a stay-at-home mom, but I don't think that life suits me. Having a job makes me feel like I'm really living my own life.
If that's how you truly feel, I won't stop you. But in the end, I think you'll realize that protecting the home is what matters most. Even Ezra, I'm sure he feels that having an organized home is important, so he can focus fully on his work.
I do think having a well-kept home is important too. But honestly, I'm happy with the way my life is right now. It's because I work that I feel emotionally fulfilled.
I get that, but being on top of the housework gives Ezra peace of mind. Don't you think when the house is clean, you can enjoy your day without distractions?
I understand that. I get what you're saying, but I don't think housework is the only thing that matters. Me having a job brings energy into our lives, and I think that actually helps our marriage too.
I understand how you feel, but I really think staying on top of housework is the best way to keep a home stable. No matter how much you work, if the family life falls apart, none of it means anything.
Even so, I want to live life at my own pace. I have considered the stay-at-home option you suggested, but right now, I feel like continuing to work has meaning for me.
If that's how you feel, then fine. But honestly, I think being a stay-at-home wife would let you contribute more to your family. Of course, it's great to prioritize what you want to do, but at some point, you may have to sacrifice something for the sake of your family.
I get that, but for me, what I gain from working right now is too important to give up. I respect how you feel, Emily, but I want to choose my own path.
If you truly believe the path you're on is right, then that's fine. But I'm sure one day you'll find yourself wanting to focus more on your family. You really shouldn't brush off the things I've experienced.
I appreciate it, but I want to find a way to balance both work and housework and do it without burning out. I'm going to keep moving forward at my own pace.
Jessica, can we talk for a second?
Sure. I really don't want to have this conversation.
I know. I'm truly sorry, but there's something I absolutely have to say.
After all this time, there's still more?
Jessica, I don't even know how to explain this.
Yeah, well, that makes two of us. I never imagined you could be this awful, Ezra. I trusted you.
It's that it was just a moment of weakness, that's all. It's not like I was seriously planning to do anything. You've always been the most important person to me. But with the stress from work and stuff with my family, it just got to me. I didn't want to put that burden on you, so I tried to deal with it in my own way. And this is what happened.
So what? You really thought messing around with another woman was somehow for my sake? You said coming home at sunrise, working all those weekends, it was all because work was tough, right? I believed you the whole time, but in the end, spending time with her meant more to you than being with me, didn't it? That's what this is, right?
I admit that's how it turned out, and I really am sorry. But If she's pregnant, then there's nothing I can do now, right?
Nothing you can do? I seriously don't get what part of this is understandable. You're saying you screwed up using protection?
Well, yeah. She didn't want to bother with the pill, I guess. But once she told me she was having the baby, I felt like I couldn't just walk away.
I'm done. I don't want to hear another word. You've always been like this, Ezra, full of excuses. You twist everything to make yourself look like the victim.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry. But the baby isn't at fault, and I'm going to take full responsibility. So, I'm going to marry her and raise the kid. It's how I plan to make things right. So please, just stay out of her life from now on.
Wow, like I was going to do something to her. I want nothing to do with you anymore, and I couldn't care less about her.
No, that's not what I meant. I just wanted to make sure, that's all. And having a kid means a lot of financial pressure, so I just had to say it.
Just so you know, I will be filing for compensation. She knew you were married, right? Then both of you need to take responsibility.
Yeah, but she's been nagging me nonstop to get you to back off. She says she's really sorry, and she's asking if you could at least drop the claim against her.
I'm not doing this to be mean. I'm just asking you both to take responsibility. That's the bare minimum, isn't it? If you're going to take responsibility for having a kid, you should also own up to the damage you caused your partner. And if she knew what she was doing, then she's just as guilty. I'm not asking for anything more than what I'm owed, and I won't be contacting her again. So you'd better never show up in my life again either, Ezra. Let's both move on and do our best. I'm going to keep moving forward and live my life.
Yeah, I get it. Thanks, Jessica. Thank you for marrying me and for staying with me all this time. Goodbye. Mom, I need a favor.
What is it? It's super early.
Ivy has a fever.
Oh no! You need to take her to the doctor.
Yeah, so, Mom, you'll watch Ivy today too, right? She can't go to daycare with a fever. I checked on her a few times this morning and she's still really sluggish. Even the doctor said she should stay home today. I wish I could take the day off, but I've got a meeting I absolutely can't miss.
Again? I feel like I've been watching Ivy way too often lately. Don't you think it's a little weird? I mean, raising a kid is the mom's job, isn't it? Why are you, the one bringing in the money, doing so much of this? I've got things to do too, and when you drop this on me last minute, it's a problem.
I get it, but there's no one else I can turn to. 2-year-olds are so hard. She doesn't listen to anything, and if you take your eyes off her for a second, she catches a cold. She wakes up crying at night too. Honestly, I can't handle this on my own. You're the only one I can count on, Mom.
Still, it's usually the mom who takes care of the kid. Don't you think this is a little irresponsible? What the heck is Jessica even doing? Every time I ask, you dodge the question. Don't tell me she's really just ditched the whole parenting thing.
I don't think that's the case, but yeah, it's complicated. The situation's tough right now. I want her to help more too, but some things just aren't that simple, you know?
She never shows her face around here. Never changes no matter how many times we talk. She's totally failed as a wife. I've had enough. I can't believe she puts this much pressure on you and just acts like it's no big deal. I'm going to give her a serious talking to. Someone needs to show her what being a real mom looks like.
Please don't, Mom. Doing that will just push her even further into a corner, right? Yeah, things are honestly really hard right now, but I still want to protect our family as a dad. And I'm really sorry for putting so much on you, Mom, but blaming her isn't the answer.
Ezra, I'm sorry too. I just got so frustrated. As a grandma, it's my job to help out, but I can't help saying something. Still, wasn't I right from the start? If you had married the girl I picked instead of that weirdo, none of this would be happening. You'd have a wife who actually supports you, who keeps the house in order and stands by your side.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's already done, and there's no changing it now.
Which is exactly why I feel responsible too. I raised you with so much care, and I often think about it. If I had assisted you in selecting the right woman from the start, things could have been so different. But it is what it is now. I'll watch Ivy, so just focus on work, okay?
Thanks, Mom. I really appreciate it. I don't know what I'd do without you. Let me do something to thank you next time.
Just seeing my granddaughter's face is thanks enough. But still, how about you hurry up and give me a grandson too?
Yeah, I'll think about that.
Hey, Jessica!
Huh?
Don't huh me. I've had enough of this. Did you really think I wouldn't say anything? What's going on all of a sudden? Jessica, just what exactly do you think you're doing? I've kept quiet all this time because Ezra asked me to, but I've hit my limit. If I stay silent any longer, who knows how much more my son is going to suffer? Emily, it's been a while. What's going on? Wow, how fake can you be? Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. And don't go calling me by my name like we're close. It makes my skin crawl when you talk to me like we're friends. Well, if that's how you feel, then how should I address you? You should be calling me Miss Miller. Isn't that basic manners? Honestly, you're unbelievably rude. You've always been like that. No respect whatsoever. I'm sorry, but we are now strangers and... Oh, give me a break. Don't try to dodge things with excuses. I'm not falling for it. You're all about your job and completely ignoring your responsibilities as Ezra's wife. And you've always treated me with total disrespect. Well, if I was rude back then, I'm sorry. You still are. Actually, you've gotten even worse. You've dumped all the parenting on Ezra and just live however you want. Have you ever once stopped to think about how much he's struggling? I can see exactly how much pain he's in. Every bit of it. Huh? Hold on a second. What are you even talking about? Are you seriously saying I've abandoned my child? And by husband, do you mean Ezra? What are you babbling about? Are you so lazy your brain's gone soft? Your kid has zero discipline. She runs wild in the house, throws tantrums nonstop, has no regard for anyone else, and just does whatever she wants. That is clearly because of how you raised her. Your careless attitude shows up in everything she does. That's exactly the kind of thing that tears families apart. I've had enough of this. Just let my son go. Mothers usually get custody, right? Then take the kid and disappear from our lives. Someone like you doesn't deserve to have anything to do with my son anymore. Hey, I'm sorry, but I really don't understand what you're talking about. Don't even try to lie your way out of this. I know exactly how manipulative you are, you spiteful little witch. Just divorce Ezra. Do you actually enjoy making my son miserable? Well, I hate to break it to you, but we got divorced 3 years ago. Excuse me? Divorced? Stop making up ridiculous lies. I'm not lying. Ezra and I really did get divorced 3 years ago. The reason's pretty straightforward. He got another woman pregnant. How could I possibly stay married to him after that? More importantly, Emily, are you saying you're the one taking care of the child? So, does that mean Ezra's current wife isn't raising the child? That's right. I'm the one looking after her. She's a 2-year-old little girl. Her name is Ivy. I see. Well, unfortunately, I have no connection to that child at all. She's not mine. She's clearly the daughter of the woman Ezra cheated with, the one who broke up our marriage. Also, I've remarried since then, and I'm currently pregnant with my first child. So there's no way I'd be leaving my child with you, Emily. After all, she's still in my belly. How exactly would I be handing over a baby that hasn't even been born yet? Wait, are you saying Ezra lied to me? That can't be.
Why would he do that?
I really couldn't tell you, but from what I remember, Ezra's always had a way of twisting things when they didn't go his way.
But he was always such a sweet, honest kid growing up. He never lied, not once. For him to lie to me like this, there has to be some big reason behind it.
Maybe so, but that's really not something I can help you with. I have no idea what that woman is up to these days. So if you want answers, you'll have to ask Ezra directly. That's your best bet.
Hold on a second. I didn't even know you two had gotten divorced. Why didn't anyone tell me something that important? I hadn't heard from you in years. I was really worried, you know?
Funny you say that, considering you were calling me a piece of trash like it was nothing. What part of that sounds like you were worried?
That was just something I said in the heat of the moment. I didn't mean it. Don't be so sensitive about every little thing. Anyway, I'd love to catch up. Why don't you come over to my place sometime? Then we can confront Ezra together. He caused you trouble too, right? So we women should stick together on this. Come on, what do you say? Just help me out a little.
No, I'll pass. Honestly, if you hadn't called me, I wouldn't have had to deal with any of this. I have no connection to Ezra anymore, so please don't drag me into this any further. If you really want answers, you should just ask Ezra yourself. Go confront him all you want. Just leave me out of it.
Gosh, this is exactly why young women these days are totally useless. Back in my day, when someone older helped you out, you respected that. It's just basic manners, isn't it? Hey, don't ignore me. At least say something. Jessica, how have you been?
I've been well, thanks.
Do you have a minute?
What could you possibly want now? I'd really prefer you didn't contact me.
Come on, don't be like that. It's been a long time, hasn't it? I heard my mom reached out to you. Did she, say anything weird? I'm kind of worried she said too much.
And what exactly did Emily tell you? Not that I owe you any kind of explanation.
She said she just wanted to see how you were doing, that's all.
Then that's that. There's really nothing more for me to say. Goodbye.
Wait, hold on. No need to be that cold, is there? It's just, I'm worried she might have said something out of line.
Like what? Sounds like you've got something specific in mind.
I was just thinking if she might have stretched the truth a bit, or even made some things up. You know, she's getting older, and her memory's been slipping lately. So, if she said anything weird, I just hope you didn't take it seriously. Just forget it.
I see. So you were saying Emily's losing it and imagining things, like the part where she claimed she's been taking care of your daughter?
Oh, so she did mention that.
And I assume you didn't tell her about our divorce, did you? Emily actually thought I had a kid with you. Are you going to say that was just another one of her memory lapses too? Wow, she's still pretty young for full-on delusions. That's kind of concerning.
Come on, don't be so harsh. She's going through a lot too.
Anyway, she sent me a picture of a little 2-year-old girl. So, who exactly was that?
Wait, she sent you a picture?
Yeah, I figured I should at least take a look, but I didn't recognize the kid at all. So what? Is this photo also just one of Emily's hallucinations?
Well, maybe she's a relative's kid or something.
3 years ago, when we got divorced, there wasn't a single pregnant relative around. You were the youngest adult in the entire family, remember? Can you stop with the lame lies already? You always act like I didn't do anything wrong, dodging blame and covering things up with shallow lies. Are you really that scared of being held accountable? You brought it on yourself.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
Then what are you trying to do? You seriously think it's okay to act like your mom's got dementia? That's pretty messed up. You're leaning way too hard on her just because she's your mom, and you really thought you could fool me with that?
How dare you say that? I'm feeling pretty overloaded already. If I told Mom the truth about the divorce, she'd be crushed, okay? So I figured saying the kid was yours would help her accept it.
Oh yeah? And your new wife was cool with that?
Like I care about her. She bailed and left the kid behind. We fought over compensation, and I ended up paying instead of her. Then she just ran off to be with some other guy and dumped us.
Wow. Both you and your ex sound like total disasters. You are perfect for each other.
Shut up. Because of all this, I'm stuck raising Ivy by myself. And if Mom finds out the truth, she might be so shocked that she stops helping with the childcare. I did it for Ivy. Sometimes a little lie helps, you know. If you had just played along when Mom asked, she never would have found out. Can't you at least understand that I was trying to protect her? After all, we were married until 3 years ago.
Can you stop trying to shift the blame onto me? The one who caused this whole mess is you, with your careless behavior. You were married and still messing around with other women, and then you got one pregnant. And now you're trying to act like you're the victim? Give me a break. The one who really deserves sympathy is Ivy, not you. Got that?
I do get that.
No, you don't. If you really cared about your daughter, lying to Emily wouldn't even be an option. In the end, you're just stacking lies to protect yourself. Maybe that's why your new wife ditched you too. I seriously can't stand people who lie so easily. And now I'm dragged into this mess and made out to be the villain? Not happening.
That's not what I meant. Can you just calm down and hear me out?
Oh, so now I'm supposed to calmly listen after you dragged me into this nightmare? Unbelievable. Like I said before, don't ever involve me in your life again. Whatever mess you're in, deal with it yourself.
No way.
Ezra, I just spoke with Jessica.
I see.
What the heck is going on? You'd better explain everything. Are you even listening to me, Ezra?
I'm listening. Mom, please calm down.
Jessica told me you really got divorced. Why would you keep something so important from me? And whose child is this anyway? Where's that woman now? Don't tell me she tricked you and ran off. A kid from some stranger? That totally creeps me out. There's no way I'm calling that child my grandkid.
Don't say that, Mom. Ivy is my daughter, and I love her. That baby didn't do anything wrong.
But why did you lie to me? You let me believe all this time that the child was Jessica's. You were always such an honest, straightforward kid. Never told lies. I never imagined you'd keep something like this from me. And the neighbors all think she's Jessica's and your daughter. What am I supposed to do now? If I tell them otherwise at this point, I'll look like a fool. How am I supposed to explain this?
Mom, there's no need to go around correcting people. Bringing it up now would just make things even messier.
I can't believe it. You're still holding on to a lie like that? How did you end up like this? I didn't raise you to be like this. I raised you with so much love, always putting your future first, so you could live an honest, upright life. And now you betrayed me like this? It's got to be Jessica's bad influence, hasn't it? Ever since you married her, you started changing. If you had just listened to me from the start, none of this would have happened. Ezra, you're one of those single dads now, right? If the neighbors find out, I'll never be able to show my face outside again.
Can you stop saying stuff like that? You're always so worried about appearances, but do you ever care how I feel? I've been struggling, overwhelmed, and trying to figure everything out the best I can. That's why I ended up here.
Of course I do care about you. I always put you first, but you're the one who went against me and chose to marry Jessica. You made that choice, so how did things end up like this?
Because, Mom, the kind of quiet, obedient woman you wanted for me just wasn't my type. I liked women who are independent and strong. That's why I chose Jessica.
Then why did you end up having a kid with someone else? That makes zero sense.
Well, it was kind of an accident. She approached me and, I have to admit, it was difficult to reject her in that moment. But yeah, I know that's a terrible excuse. Anyway, I've made up my mind. I'm going to raise Ivy right. She didn't do anything wrong just by being born, you know?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's not her fault. But I just wished you hadn't lied to me. No matter what's going on in your life, I'm still your mother. And the fact that I had to hear everything from Jessica, that really hurt. Even your father gave up on me and moved far away. That's why having Ivy around made me so happy. But now that I know it wasn't the kind of connection I thought it was, it's complicated. I honestly don't know how I'm supposed to feel about it.
I'm sorry, Mom. I was trying not to worry you, but I ended up hurting you instead. From now on, I'll be honest with you. I'll be more thoughtful about Ivy too.
Yeah, I know you've been trying your best, Ezra. I really do. It's that woman's fault. Oh, I've got a great idea. Just wait right here.
Jessica, can I talk to you for a second?
What do you want now?
Well, I just wanted to apologize properly for earlier. I really lost my temper and said way too much.
I see.
I'm sorry for how out of control I got earlier. I was just so shocked. I let my emotions get the better of me. Looking back now, I realize I shouldn't have spoken to you the way I did.
If you understand that, then that's all I need. I'm not trying to be overly emotional either.
So, I've been thinking it over again. Jessica, have you ever considered coming back to us?
What?
I mean, Ivy needs a mother, right? If you came back and became her mom, everything would fall into place. Ezra would be grateful, and Ivy wouldn't have to grow up feeling lonely. Wouldn't it be cruel to let a child suffer any more than she already has?
Hey, you did talk to Ezra about this, right?
I did, but he's struggling too. Ivy's real mother is gone, and even I don't know what to do anymore. But this way, everything would be fixed. If you came back, everything would be okay. We wouldn't have to worry about appearances anymore. The neighbors all think she's your daughter anyway, so why not just make that true for real? What do you say?
Wow, you've got to be kidding me. A boring lie and a ridiculous proposal? Now this is some top-tier comedy right here.
I'm being serious. Ezra's really struggling here. You're his ex-wife. It's only right that you help him out.
Oh my gosh, can you please just stop? How many times do I have to say this has nothing to do with me? For the record, I'm married to someone else now, okay? And now you're asking me to come back and play mom? That's completely insane. From the start, all you've been doing is trying to dump your mess on me. Could you not? You two made this disaster, so how about you clean it up yourselves? That's how it should be. Why on earth should I be dragged into any of this? You and Ezra keep pointing fingers, but let's be real. You're the ones at fault here. I'm the one who got dragged into your chaos. I'm the victim here, not the one responsible.
Wait a second. How did I end up being the bad guy here? I didn't know anything about this. Ezra did it all behind my back.
Do you really believe that? Why do you think Ezra lies and runs from responsibility all the time? Isn't it because you've always been judgmental? And the second something doesn't go your way, you totally freak out and blow up at people. Ezra's been walking on eggshells around you since he was a kid. And now, look where that's gotten everyone.
When did I ever act judgmental?
You've gone on and on about a wife's duties, and young women should know better, remember? You might not even realize it, but those unconscious words and attitudes have hurt people and pushed them to the edge. What Ezra did was absolutely awful, no question. But the root of it is you. The environment you created is what turned Ezra into the man he is now. The mess you two built together? Please, be my guest and fix it yourself. I have nothing to do with it, so stop dragging me in. Or at least, that's what I wanted to say, but I had a feeling this would go nowhere, so I've already told Ezra's father everything. I asked him to sit down and have a nice long chat with you, so I'll leave it to him now.
What?
Why would you tell him? I figured he didn't know the whole story since you two live separately. Plus, you've always been totally powerless when it comes to him, right? Hold on. He can't know about this. Oh, I bet. You've been stirring up drama with that difficult personality of yours. So, of course, he gave up and moved out. You should be lucky he hasn't divorced you yet and is still covering your expenses. And after all that, you come around hurling insults at me, then try to dump your granddaughter on me too? Once he hears the full story, that might just be the final nail in the coffin. He's really scary when he's mad. I don't want this to blow up any more than it already has. Please, I'm begging you. I just felt so bad for little Ivy. She didn't do anything wrong, and growing up without a mother, it's just too sad. And you were Ezra's choice, Jessica. I thought you were someone we could rely on. Well, if the son's a liar, then the mom's a total fraud. What was it you said about me again? Oh, right. A child's behavior reflects the mother's upbringing. Makes perfect sense now. I really am sorry. I wasn't thinking clearly. I truly want to apologize from the bottom of my heart. So please, could you just pretend none of this happened and not tell my husband? Well, if you're truly sorry, I might consider it. Yes, I mean it. I really do. But here's the thing. You're a liar, Emily, and I don't trust liars. Sorry, but I'm just that nasty little woman who's super suspicious of people. This feels like one of those fairy tales, doesn't it? The liar always loses. Classic. No way! I want nothing more to do with this, so feel free to handle things however you like. You and your son can go ahead and get thoroughly chewed out by your husband. Maybe this time, it'll actually teach you both to stop lying. If you're still expecting anything from me, I wouldn't hold your breath. From now on, I think it's best if you solve your problems on your own. Emily and Ezra each had to face harsh realities in their own ways. Ezra's reputation at work took a nosedive, and his performance kept slipping as his family problems weighed him down. Eventually, he was transferred to a dead-end department and completely lost his place at the office. His irresponsible behavior and self-centered attitude has cost everything, and in the end, it left him all alone. As for Emily, after her divorce, she became completely estranged from her son, and with no one left to lean on, she now lives a very isolated life. I heard even her friends and family distance themselves from her, and she spends her days full of loneliness and regret. I can't say how much she truly regrets her actions, but it's clear that her constant lying left her with no one willing to stand by her. On the other hand, little Ivy was fortunately taken in by her maternal grandparents, and she's growing up healthy and happy, surrounded by warmth and love. Hearing that she's doing well both physically and emotionally finally brought me a bit of peace. Just thinking of Ivy being genuinely loved and thriving makes me feel truly relieved. As for me, I'm now enjoying calm, peaceful days as I prepare to welcome my first child. Through everything that happened, I've learned just how dangerous it is to keep lying, and how, in the end, it only ends up hurting yourself. When my child is born, I plan to tell them the story of the boy who cried wolf and teach them how important it is to be honest and live with integrity.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.